Good morning, everyone. Well, no, good evening for you. Afternoon. Okay, let's start. Is there anyone who has questions? Because I haven't received anything, so we can see if anyone has two questions or not. You can ask, but then you have to be specific because I don't have the corrections with me. To you, Drew, yes, you can just send me an email to see when. To Changuk, no. Next week is exam week. If you look at the schedule, that week is empty. And then we have Ha-eun. Let's see. Yes, you will use it in R. Chapter 8 is just to be blunt, or to be, no, just to be blunt. Chapter 8 is a chapter that was not originally in the plan, but because the course went from 1.5 to 2 courses, I added some topics which are interesting to know, such as chapter 8 and 9, but they are just introductions. So as you see, it gives an introduction about random vectors. It gives an introduction about joint probabilities, conditional probabilities, and so on. So it's not really deep into the knowledge, but it's just so you have heard of those things and you understand the general concepts. You will apply them a little bit in R, but it's not very deep. But it's not really, well, chapter 8 is not really to solve problems. It's just to give you a global idea about what is a joint distribution. How can you visualize it? Where to look at? What does it, especially for a multivariate normal distribution, what does it look like? Because that's one that's regularly coming back, and so on. So it's not really a problem-solving chapter. Welcome. No, your exam will cover everything. So your exam is at the end of the year about all. So chapters 1 to 13, both the written and the computer-based part. Are there any other questions? So for the project, if you want feedback, just let me know, and I will have to find a moment, which will probably be next week, because this week will be pretty filled for me. Or the week after, we can see. We'll find a moment together. Anyway, there's no hurry in the feedback, but just send me an email and I will find a moment that's suitable for everyone. Well, for each group separately. You see my screen this time on independence? Good. So there is the example bivariate standard normal distribution and independence. So you know the definition from independence. You had the old definition in probabilities. So if you have two events, they are independent. What was it? Oh, not this one. This one. So you had, if you have an event A and B, so the of this is the probability for A times the probability for B. So this was one of the definitions for independence. Then you have alternative definitions based on the joint distribution through either the cumulative distribution function, probability mass function, or density function. And then the bivariate standard normal distribution, what it means is that this is always independent. So if you have xy follows a normal distribution with mean 0, 0 and variance covariance matrix, the identity matrix. So then it is bivariate standard normal. Then you always have that x follows a standard normal distribution and also y follows a standard normal distribution. So that's what meant with the example. So this holds for bivariate standard normals, but not for any bivariate normal. And then the same holds in more dimensions. If it is in, for example, 3 dimensions, x, y, z is bivariate, well, is multivariate standard normal, then x, y, and z are independent. That's what was meant with the example. And the reason or the way to check is just you can take this formula, you take the joint distribution fxy for xy, which was 1 divided by 2 pi and so on. And then you can write it as f of x times f of y. So you can just check it by using the formula, split the formula in 2 parts, and then you get the solution. Any other questions? If not, I think we can close this session. So next week are your exams. I won't bother you at that moment. The week after, you will get the project normally. So second project on regression. If there is in the meantime any question, just send me an email. I'll try to answer as good as possible through mail, or we make an individual Zoom meeting. And then for the rest, I just want to wish you good luck with the exam and then enjoy the free time in between. So I think it's economics. So it will be a lot of dry stuff. So good luck with that one. Second project is due in beginning of May. I think you have 4 or 5 weeks. It's all in the schedule. But yeah, you will have something like, I think 4 weeks, 5 weeks.